You are not gonna believe the pricing of these homes here in Anna, Texas. This neighborhood is going to have it all. We've got amenity centers, we've got walking trails, pools, playgrounds, and everything you could possibly want coming here to this community. And we've got multiple builders out here, and they are extremely affordable, and you're not gonna believe what you can get for the money here in this place. We're gonna be showing you 3 different homes out here today, and we're gonna be starting off with this Brightland home right here behind me, a larger 1-story home with a 2 car garage, and then we're gonna hop over to a little bit smaller lot, but about the same size home on a 2-story floor plan with Geehan right there. And then our last home of the day is gonna be this larger Beazer home right here behind us, which has been one of the most popular builders that I've been helping people with here as of late, and you're not gonna believe the price point. This brand new neighborhood is called Churchill, and we've got an HOA fee of $650 and a tax rate sitting at a low just about 2%. This community is also going to have its own on-site elementary school coming here very, very soon, and you are close to absolutely everything you need. So we get this amazing pricing because you're a little bit further out, but we've got everything you need right down the street. We've got a Walmart, Brookshire's, we've got Jersey Mike's, we've got Chick-fil-A, and of course, everybody needs a Starbucks. And the exciting thing is right down the street from that is Melissa, which has the very famous Buc-ee's as well as H-E-B coming very, very soon. And then another 10 minutes down the road from that is going to be the very famous downtown McKinney, which is gonna have dozens of restaurants, dining options, places to hang out, and more events than you can count. But one of the hidden features of Anna, Texas that many people don't know about is right across the street from this community is going to be a place called Hurricane Creek, which is one of the best country clubs around, and it is extremely affordable. We've got an absolutely amazing championship golf course, and they're actually gonna redo it here at the end of this year and make it a brand new spot that's gonna rival those of Craig Ranch and many of the other high-end, expensive golf course communities. So now that you know a little bit more about this area, let's go ahead and check out our first house. This is gonna be a Brightland home, better known as Geehan Homes, that is transferred over. And this home starts at a 3 to 4 bedroom and a 3 bathroom, sitting around 2,200 square feet, all on 1 floor, and a beautiful office space. So we're starting right here in the bread and butter of the house, the main entertainment area, the kitchen, and I think you're really gonna like it because we got that nice modern color palette when you walk into this home, and it is a great setup as far as entertainment, everything all in one space. I absolutely love it. So we've got the white oak cabinets that I bring up quite often because I absolutely love them. They're in my house. You don't have to worry about them getting scratched up, colored on, all the stuff that your kids are gonna do to your cabinets is just gonna happen. And if you'll notice, we don't have the cabinets all the way to the top. If you were to build, that's something you could do, but they've actually done some LED lighting up top, which is a nice little added touch if you're not gonna carry those cabinets to the top. Then you're gonna have your traditional corner pantry right here, which actually gives you quite a bit of room, and you could actually put some more shelves up top. So it's a little bit bigger than your traditional corner pantry that we even show in some of those really large Perry homes. But we got the white quartz countertops, really nice oversized sink sitting right here. Plenty of room for seating. The one negative I do have to point out for some of you out there is gonna be that there is no gas out here in this community. This is gonna be an electric community. Some of you absolutely love that. I have people who say that I will not buy in a gas community. Well, we got a great one here for you. So it's not a huge deal, but for some people it definitely will be. We do have a nice vent hood right here. I do have to point out that it does vent outside of the house. You always wanna check that if you're somebody who likes to cook a lot, because that will be a huge deal when you're cooking spicy foods, frying stuff up. So this, as you can see, this is a nice wide open area of the home. You've got your eat-in kitchen area right here, basically your dining space. There's 6 chairs right here, but you could easily put a rectangle table in here and fit 8 people, maybe even 10, no problem whatsoever. And you can see that that leads into the main living room space, windows all throughout. We're gonna hop right over to this side of the kitchen. So right off of the kitchen space, you have a nice size office space. You got your glass doors sitting right here, nice and stylish. I do really like how they carried the, what is this? This is wood look tile on the wall. This is probably not something you can do. Maybe it's something you could do if you build from the ground up. You might want to do that after the fact, probably save you quite a bit of money. But there's nice spacious office space right here in the middle of the house. Good place to get some work done. And then before we show you the rest of the living room space, we're gonna head over to this side of the house where you're gonna have 2 additional bedrooms and actually a really large bathroom. So let's start in here. So I say this is a really large bathroom. It's only got 1 vanity, but it is a little bit bigger than normal, but they have 10-foot ceilings in here in your bathroom space, which is something you don't even see in the high-end luxury homes. And I love that they put the nice little modern window over here as well. So it's a lot brighter than your normal bathroom, and it's actually super wide. I'm a big guy and you can move it around here just fine. So, and I'm sure you could get that second vanity if you were to build this plan. And this is gonna be the first of the bedrooms we're gonna be checking out. There are 4 bedrooms in this house, I believe. One at the front that we're gonna show you later, and of course the primary and the one right next door. So we're right here in the first of the bedrooms. It's pretty spacious, not huge, but we've got those 10-foot ceilings once again. And this price point, 10-foot ceilings just don't happen very often, which I really, really like. So I think it's a huge touch that they did that. They got all the modern kind of farmhouse features here in this home too. The black handles are a nice touch. You still see those like chrome handles in a lot of homes, even the really expensive ones. But you got plenty of room here in this closet space. And I would assume that right across the way is going to be a very similar setup as far as the bedroom goes. So yes, very similar. Closet space just kind of moved around just a little bit different, and it kind of shows you a different, this is like a day bed. Doesn't take up very much space. So you got plenty of room for, you know, nice little homework area right there. But nice cozy bedrooms, 10-foot ceilings, makes it feel way more spacious than it actually probably is. And it's kind of off this little hallway right here, so it stays nice and quiet. And here's one of the features in this house that you just don't see very often, and that is you got a wet bar right in the middle of the home. So this may not be, you know, ideal. Maybe it's something that you've never even thought of having, but here's your living room space, your eating kitchen space, and you got a wet bar right here. You probably I would put some floating shelves, some LED lighting, make it look really, really cool. You could probably even make this into a pocket office, close this off. So lots of options as far as what you choose. They got tons of electrical connections back there. So lots of possibilities what you can do with that space. And then your main living space once again. And I will point out, we've got the surround sound, the can lighting throughout this entire place. And it just looks really, really good. It's nice and clean. Love the color palette once again. And there's lots of room to move around. Now let's go check out what's going on the outside. All right, so this is going to have a pretty decent sized patio space. You got the elevated ceilings just like inside. Once again, so they don't have a lot of furniture, anything going on out here, but this is a perfect wall for your TV setup, outdoor kitchen, whatever you want to do, drop down shades. And then you can see that they have added lots of shrubs and landscaping that will not be here if you were to build or buy a spec home, but you are always going to get grass. You're always going to get sprinklers. It's going to be completely turnkey. And there's plenty of room. You can see that you have this privacy fence out back. This is how all the fences are gonna be depending on where you're located within the neighborhood. So lots of privacy. Even if there's a home behind you, you're probably not gonna see them, which is a huge, huge plus. So let's go ahead, finish the rest of this tour and head on to the next spot. All right, so one little additional feature I do wanna point out is these smart fan setups right here on the wall, which I think is a cool little setup because the majority of homes out here in Dallas, you won't believe it, like they're really nice, expensive homes, and all you have is one little bulb in the room and nothing else, but you actually got these set up in multiple bedrooms here in this house, which I think is really cool considering the price point. So now we're in the back corner of the house. Of course, this plan could be flipped depending on where you're buying it. And this is going to be your laundry space. Of course, we don't have our washer and dryer set up. One other thing I do want to point out is a lot of people ask me all the time, do you all have gas connections set up? Well, this is an electric neighborhood, so of course it's gonna be gas or electric, but all of the neighborhoods just about out here, even if it is a gas community, is going to have your electric washer and dryer. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about moving here and bringing yours with you. Now we're here in the master retreat, which is actually quite surprising considering the size of this house, because it is nice, wide open, the elevated ceilings once again, and I love the 6 windows sitting all right here, which is really, really cool. If I were to do these drapes over again, I'm gonna point out that I would probably bring them to the top of the ceiling. I think it would make it look a little bit more high end. So just something to throw out there, but it is nice, light, and bright in here. And you can see that there's plenty of space for even a seating area to get ready in the morning, put your shoes on. I just think it's a really cool setup, and they brought in the surround sound in here as well. And then I love the color scheme here in this bathroom. We've got this leathered granite right here with the black cabinets and the black knobs. It just looks nice, high-end and modern. Cool light setup. You've got the tub over here, which is huge, which is a plus because you can actually fit in it. Some of them look really cool, but they're tiny. They just don't work. Big window right there. Of course, you can get the shaded version of that, and of drapes, of course, you're gonna need. And then I love the frameless glass shower right here. One of the things I love about frameless is not only the look, but if you open it, it just makes no noise. Just feels very, very good. Step down shower, black tile, all nice and classy. Just looks really, really good. And then your master closet, which is actually a really, really good size. And they even got some plugs or connections in here, which is a huge plus. So if you want to do a seating area, put another light, there's lots of possibilities what you could do with this space. So we've seen just about all the home, except for we got to check out what's going on more in the front of the house, because these homes are laid out nice and long because these are on 40 to 60 foot lots. This is going to be the 50, 60 foot lot. So these are going to be 2 to 3 car garages, but you'll notice that these homes are very, very long compared to wide. And I do want to point out these floors in this house are going to be the high-end luxury LVP flooring, but you're going to have different options to what you can choose from. So we're back at the front of the house. You saw that we had a long way to go to get here because this is all in one floor. You're standing in basically the sales rep's office right here, but this will be your 2 to 3 car garage space, and this will be closed off. And you got this nice big wide open entryway, storage closet right over here for jackets. And then this will be the first bathroom right at the front of the house, a full bathroom, tub shower combo. You got this nice little window right here as well. But a cool setup, once again, the 10-foot ceilings in the bathroom space, which you just don't ever see. And then a nice cozy bedroom that's probably gonna be used for the in-laws, people visiting in town. It's right at the front. And I'll point out once again, you got the fan, nice modern, good looking black fan that you're just not gonna have in very many bedrooms. So really cool setup. The window takes up the majority of the wall space too, which I really, really like. And this bedroom is also going to have the double door closet space that we've seen multiple times now. Not your big walk-in closets, but it's still very wide and plenty of space for the kids or those that are visiting. So we've seen the 2,200 plus square foot home. This can be a 5-bedroom as well, so you can add some square footage in here, but it's all on one floor. We know not everybody's looking for a 1-story, but we've got a 2-story right next door that I think you're really gonna love, so let's go check it out. If this is your first time to the channel and you have any thoughts of moving to the Dallas area now or sometime in the future, please don't be shy. Give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We would love to help you and your family make a smooth move to Dallas. So that home right next door is gonna be the premier series for this builder, and that's gonna be the little bit higher end finishes. It's gonna be around, you're gonna be starting around the $350,000 mark and go up to around the mid $400,000 mark for that over 3,000 square foot. And then if you're looking at that house right there at the 3-car garage, you're gonna be looking about $392,000. Now we're gonna be showing you a more affordable option right here, and I think you're really gonna like it. Lots to choose from, and starting at $299,000. So let's go ahead and check it out. Now we're in another Brightland home. This is going to be on a little bit skinnier of a lot, 2-story home. This is the Meridian floor plan, like Meridian, Idaho. And we're at the front of the house. We got 20-foot ceilings here in this house as soon as you walk in. So it's a smaller footprint, but feels really big. And you are gonna have your stairs closer to the front, like in your face. So you're either gonna love that or you're gonna hate that. The big positive is, what? I thought it was storage. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I thought it was storage like always, but why not make it into a half bathroom right here? This Meridian floor plan, by the way, can be 3-4 bedrooms, 2.5 to 3.5 bathrooms, and it is around 2,100 plus square feet, but it feels way, way bigger. So we've got the 20-foot ceilings throughout this home. So if you like the big, tall ceilings, wide open spaces, this is a great fit for you. So a similar setup, but much different than the one next door, but it is wide open. This is your main living space. So opposite of what we saw in the last house where the living space was in the very back, you're gonna get the living space first, and then you're going to have your eat-in kitchen space. And they used a rectangle table this time, which I think looks way, way better. And then you've got this little bump out over here as well, which is nice little style points, I think. Gives it a little more square footage and it just looks really nice. And at the back of the house is going to be your kitchen space. So this is on a 40-foot lot. So it's just gonna be moved around a little bit differently. We're in a gorgeous kitchen. I love how they use the entire space for the kitchen space. And a huge plus as well is that you actually have an island right here without a sink in the middle of it. I know that's a huge plus for some of you because you can just throw stuff around. You don't have to worry about it. It just looks a nice, a little bit cleaner look. And let's see, we don't have underlighting in this one, but I can tell you they can definitely put underlighting in this house, make it nice, light and bright, a little bit, just a little bit fancier. And you've got your electrical appliances, but they are really, really nice appliances. And we've got the quartz countertops, so this is always a huge plus. Your oversized sink, which I know people are gonna love because you can look out into your backyard through the sink, through the window by the sink. You just don't have that very often anymore. So that is a huge plus. It's a nice covered patio. And then over here in the corner is gonna be your exit into your back patio space. And I'm not gonna lie to you. We're gonna be honest with ourselves right here. This pantry probably isn't gonna work for me, but luckily there's lots of cabinets and there's other floor plans that this one doesn't work for you. So just keep that in mind. Nice little coffee bar section over here. Additional cabinets. And that's the kitchen space right there. And in this house, almost towards the back is going to be your master suite here. So we've got our master retreat right here, king size bed, fits in here very, very nicely. It is a nice and wide layout. You've got 2 windows on each side. We've got our Dallas Cowboys color. They just let us down year after year. If you have another team that I should start rooting for, let me know. If my heart will let me do it, I will do it eventually because it's just too painful. And then this is a little bit different setup than what you're usually used to seeing because you usually have the closet space in the back behind the bathroom, but this becomes before the bathroom space. So nice little wide open closet space, little shoe shelf right over here in the corner. You're gonna have a linen closet right here. I'm not gonna open it because there's a door here. It's just a little bit complicated. So I didn't open up one linen closet. Don't get mad at me. And then this pretty wide open bathroom right here. You got your walk-in shower space right here with the tile down below, which is a huge plus. A lot of times in this price point, you're gonna see just the plastic white pan down there, but you've actually got tile. Got a little beachy vibe going, a little bit different color blue. And then your separated vanity space takes up this entire wall. So it's nice and laid out, nice and spacious. And then the king's throne over here. You gotta do your thing. You got a door on there. You got your pooter fan as well. You got to have the pooter fan. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we've seen the majority of the downstairs of this house. We'll walk through it one more time, just kind of show you what we're looking at. Nice wide open spaces, 20-foot ceilings. Oh, we didn't show you the whole place. So because we're here, we're just going to show you what a standard two-car garage looks like. This is about a 20 by 20 garage space. One little upgrade I'd recommend after moving in, if you like to work in the garage, is to add a much brighter light or some can lighting in here. But your standard garage is gonna be 20 by 20. You can find larger ones. linen closets for my linen closet people. And then your laundry space is as soon as you walk in the house. Not a huge space by any means, but you got your combination right here, little hanging rack. You can definitely put some shelves, I'm sure, if you wanted to do that. But that's the downstairs. And one other thing I want to point out is that you do have the real hardwood floors in this home. So it just gives you an idea that you're going to have lots of options to choose from. Now we're back towards the front of the house where the staircase was, and we're going to show you the rest of the home, which is a nice little layout with the amount of space that we do have. And this is going to be able to look into the main living space of the home. And I do want to point out, if you like the spindle look, the wide open look, that's probably going to be an option that you can choose from. But lots of windows, nice wide open. And here's one of my favorite features of this home. Because of the size of this home, it feels actually really, really good as far as the size and the layout in here. We've got the TV over there, nice little bump out window once again, which is a huge plus. Style points, adds square footage. You get the Monopoly table. It's a great place for playing poker. You could probably fit a ping pong table in here. Might be a little tight, but just a nice little layout. Great place for the kids, throw all their stuff where it's not all in the main living space. And you're gonna have storage closets, linen closets, and everything throughout the space. You got 2 additional bedrooms up here and a bathroom we're gonna be showing you. So this is the first of the bedrooms. Now, I will say, I do like the layout in here with the 2 windows over in the corners, just kind of like a unique, cozy feel. But the 8-foot second story is just not for me, as you can see. So I'm going to point out the positives and the negatives. You may have an option to raise that to 9 feet in some of these floor plans for the second story, so keep that in mind. But if you're saying like, man, that looks tight, it's kind of tight. And then we got a little walk-in closet right over here. But if you've got little kids, this house is going to be absolutely perfect, I think. But if your full-grown man is upstairs, it's going to be a little bit tight in some of these areas. So here's your bathroom space. Probably room for 2 vanities if you wanted to do it. Nice little wall off section. Love the tile set up in here, but you got the tub shower combo over here. This is the bathroom they're going to be sharing upstairs. And then the final of the bedroom spaces. Once again, it's a little tight in here with the side. I mean, we've got some huge furniture. This is absolutely massive. If I was going to, make this room for your kids, you'd probably make the furniture a little bit smaller. And so it's not so tight, but 2 bedrooms, bathroom, storage closets, and your flex space all upstairs. And like I said, this starts around the 2,100 square foot mark. So let's get outside and talk a little bit more about what this place costs. So now we just walked through what's called the Journey series. These are gonna start at the 1,400 square foot mark at $299,000. That particular floor plan right there is gonna be sitting at the $344,000 price point. And for their largest floor plan for the Journey series, which is sitting around the 2,700 square foot mark, is around the $360,000 price point. So incredible prices, and they have an amazing incentive package to go along with that. And if they got some quick move-ins, we can definitely negotiate on those. So now we're gonna be going across the street and checking out the largest floor plan of the day, a Beazer home. And it has probably been one of the most popular builders that I've shown in these price ranges in quite some time. So let's go check that one out. Now we're gonna be checking out the Cascade floor plan by Beazer Homes. And Beazer, like I said, is one of the most popular builders I've had in quite some time here as of late, because of the plans that they offer and the pricing that they offer here in these communities. So as you can see, there is a ton of cabinet space here in this kitchen, and people love cabinet space, and there's storage everywhere in here. So if you're worried about having plenty of cabinet space, counter space, all that kind of stuff, this is a great option for you. You've got an oversized pantry over here. And I didn't mention that. We are in a 4-bed, 2.5 bath, little over 2,600 square foot home. And we'll get into pricing here a little bit later. So we've got the leathered granite here as well. A little bit different appliances than we saw in the last home, maybe a little bit nicer. But these cabinets, I want to point out as well, are going to be the taller cabinets. So more storage in these. A lot of the cabinets you're gonna see are gonna be a little bit shorter. So just a little bit higher end as far as the cabinets goes. Nice size sink, plenty of room for seating for 4 over there. But just a big, long kitchen area. And then you're gonna be in your eat-in or informal dining space right here. We've got the fancy luxury velvet chairs that we would never use because a lot of us have kids. But there's lots of room in here to move around. Love the backdrop of the wall right there. And then this is gonna look into your living space. So this is all one area like we've been seeing in a lot of the homes. So if you like the modern floor plan feel, these are great options for you. You got the modern windows back here. And when I say modern windows, I say that a lot, but I just mean they don't have like the grates and all the lines in them. So it's just clean, nice look. I love the look of that. The only negative to it is that you can't open these up. So just keep that in mind. But we've got the 10-foot elevated ceilings in here. And I am gonna point out, Beazer's the only one that does a fireplace like this. So it's an electric fireplace, but it looks gas and it just kind of, I don't know, it's unique. You just don't see it very often or ever, except for in the Beazer Homes. They've got these nice stone right here, and this actually does put out a little bit of heat. And then this is a nice added touch, little mantle right there. Place for your TV setup. You're always gonna have the connections up top, so you're not gonna see all the cords and stuff like you see in a lot of the homes. And then in the back corner of the house, you're gonna have your staircase. And one of the things also that Beazer is kind of known for is they do these little dog rooms right here. So you got these nice little dog rooms. They actually, I've seen them with the gates even for dogs. So if you love your pets, like I know a lot of you watching do, they get their own little room in these places. So it's a pretty cool setup. And then you got a really nice size bedroom space, the luxury high-end carpet, not the shag carpet you see a lot of times. Elevated ceilings, the can lights are a nice touch. And of course, you got a fan up top, which is a huge plus as well, but definitely does not feel crowded in here whatsoever. They've taken the doors off these because it is a model home, so keep that in mind. And then nice light and bright master bathroom right here. So you got the separated vanities, the gray palette here, the huge tub right there, and then a nice little shower. So you do have the plastic pan in here, which isn't a bad thing. It does, I mean, you just kind of have to clean it after ever so often. But if you wanted to spend a little extra, get the tile bottom, I'm sure that's not gonna be a problem whatsoever. And then your master closet, which is a pretty good space. So you got a lot of room to move around over here, shelving over here, your shoe shelf right there. So nice little layout. Not the biggest layout, but still a pretty good size. This home's sitting around just over 2,600 square feet. And I believe they top out in this community at around the 3,100 square foot mark. So this isn't the biggest home. It's definitely not the smallest home either. So we're back here towards the middle of the house. We've got the kitchen right across. And I do want to show you, this one doesn't have a bathroom in it, but you got lots of storage, nice little storm shelter, whatever you want to make it. But that's a huge plus because we don't have basements here in Texas. Most places don't, at least. So this is going to, when that's not the sales rep office, this is going to have a door into your house. So you're not gonna have that big opening right here. You're gonna walk right in. You're gonna have your nice mud bench, hang your jackets, throw your kids' stuff, throw the dirty shoes, and then you got your laundry space right over here. Not a huge space by any means, but gets the job done. And the nice little additional cabinetry is a nice little touch. So that's where you're gonna be entering into the home. You got a nice wide open entryway when you walk in. This is gonna be your first half bath. This is the bathroom that all your guests are going to be using when they come over to hang out at your brand new Beazer home. And then you got nice modern door when you walk in the home. And then of course, you gotta have your office space. So everybody works from home nowadays, it seems like, or at least one of you does, and you gotta have an office space. So we've got the 2 oversized windows over here, a little seating over there. It's a good setup. You got the can lighting once again, which is a positive. I'm pointing that out because most of the time, you're gonna have one little light bulb right in the middle of the room, especially in this price point. But they've gone above and beyond that, which is a huge plus. So a lot going on here in the downstairs, but we got a lot more to show you on the upstairs. So let's take a trip up and let's go check it out. All right, now we are here upstairs, and the first thing you're gonna see upstairs is this glass door. Now, let me tell you, this is a model home. This will not be a glass door when you purchase this home, but they're trying to show off. We've got the whole house fresh air system that doubles as double filters and removes stale indoor air. So it's basically filtering the outdoor air. So if you're somebody with allergies or whatever, or you just wanna live a long, healthy life, boom, Beazer's trying to help you out there. So huge plus. They're very proud of those types of things here with these homes, and these are super energy efficient. We're gonna show you here shortly. So this is gonna be the flex room. They made it into a little TV space. You've got this big attic space, and it opens. So the one negative is they don't give you a whole lot of platform to stand on in these attic spaces all the time for storage, but you can actually have somebody come in after the fact, lay it all out, and have a lot more storage than you saw just then. But small flex room, but still gets the job done. And they have other houses with much larger flex rooms, keep that in mind. And then this is gonna be the room that Beazer is gonna show you, basically to walk you through the materials and how your home is built, because these homes are extremely energy efficient. On these new homes, you're gonna see extremely low electric bills. So we've got the spray foam insulation here in this house, which is a huge plus. You usually see that in the high-end luxury homes. And then basically, we're showing you your average electric bill in this home right here, 2626 square feet at $181. It's gonna be your average electric bill here in this house. If it was an older home, you'd be paying about $430. So when people ask me all the time, before I get to that, you're gonna have a huge closet space in here. So this is gonna be a bedroom and another walk-in attic space. So you got all the walk-in attic spaces. That's where you're gonna be changing your air filter as well. So back to what I was talking about. People ask me the pros and cons of new construction all the time, and that is a huge one right there. So if you're saving, say, about $300 a month in electric bill costs, and then let's get into insurance costs. You're gonna be saving thousands of dollars over paying for this exact same home that was 10 years older. So you're gonna save thousands and thousands of dollars by going new construction, and it's also under warranty. And the structure is always 6 to 10 year warranty. So we're here in the first bedroom of the upstairs space. It is a pretty good sized bedroom. You've got lots of furniture, everything, and there's plenty of room to move around in here. And you've got a nice little walk-in closet over here. So a little bit bigger closet. We've got a Snickers wrapper over here. Somebody came in here, grabbed a Snickers. They were hangry. You got to do it. Kyle gets hangry all the time, a man behind the camera, and he's always eating the candy in the house. So if you're ever around, just bring me some Snickers and I'll give it to him and we'll have a better day. But this is going to be your bathroom space for these bedrooms. And it's a pretty good layout. You got the double vanity right here. Nice modern farmhouse look. You're probably gonna have a door here. So, your kids aren't gonna be fighting when somebody's showering or whatever. But that might be the one negative is you got 3 bedrooms sharing 1 bathroom, but there are 2 vanities, so that'll help a little bit. And then the last of the bedrooms up here is gonna definitely be my favorite, not the widest, but is a very long bedroom setup. 2 windows right here, and then you're gonna have that same closet that we saw earlier, but it is a lot brighter. You get your vitamin D first thing in the morning, just stand in front of here, look at your awesome yard and your window right here in your closet space. So it's a really cool setup. Cool house. As far as the price points go, it's absolutely incredible. Tons of value here at Beazer Homes. Like I said, these are one of the favorite builders as of late. Have lots of clients building these homes, buying spec homes in this area and surrounding areas of DFW. So let's get into the pricing and head outside. So now we've seen 3 of the 6 models out here and a lot to choose from. So as far as the pricing of these Beazer homes, once again, you're gonna be starting around the 1,500 square foot mark at the $299,000 price point. And this home right behind me that we just saw is at the low 400,000s. And for the home over 3,000 square feet, it's gonna be around just a little bit above that, around the 420 mark. So Tons of value for the money. We have an A-rated school system right here. We are in Anna in Van Alstyne ISD, so tons to offer. It's right off the beaten path, but for the money, if you're looking for an affordable place to live and a great place to live, this might be the best option for you. Now, if you want to check out my favorite neighborhood in all of Van Alstyne, Texas, make sure to check out this video right here. A little bit more expensive, but a lot going on in this community. And remember to give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. I would love to help you and your family make a smooth move to Dallas. Hope to see you around town.